I'm Karen Dimit. I curated a show called UPSTANDERS, which is artists who have channeled their social concerns into their art practice with the hope of taking that art that can reach across divides and connect with our shared humanity so that we can affect positive social changes. Eileen Coyne's work is inspired by some of the great expressionists like Soutine, Sheila, Kokoschka, and Beckman. This unprecedented political climate stimulated an almost visceral reaction, prompting her to begin working in this style. Her objective is to capture the emotional complexity of humanity with heavy use of paint, oil pastel, and palette knife. For this series, she works on cardboard for texture and for her desire to work on discarded, recycled materials. The first piece is Second Amendment Guy. The second piece is The American Woman, a Pre-Existing Condition. And in the third piece, we have the deconstruction of the administrative state. So each one really captures a very psychological picture. I am especially drawn to the American woman, a pre-existing condition. Her posture says so much surrounding this nest containing an ill child. And then her face really exudes a sense of sadness, of determination, of loneliness. Then Women's March, women's rights are human rights and human rights are women's rights.
This was inspired by Hillary Clinton's 1995 speech, the quote, "Women's rights are human rights," and what stuck with me, and I used the quote, the text in my painting, is that until discrimination and inequities remain so commonplace, a peaceful and prosperous world will not be realized. And some of the women are the sisters and wives and daughters of some of the young black men who were shot by police.
Yeah, it seems to me like in the faces you really get such a lot of layers. So even with Second Amendment Guy, which is obviously about the Second Amendment, you look at his face and, it's not just simple.
No, it's not. I was less concerned about the visual beauty of the painting. It was coming from a very emotional place deep within me. And the only way I could do that, truthfully, was using mostly my palette knife and thick oil paint on cardboard.
What strikes me with the cardboard is how you are dealing with very deep, precious, complex ideas on this throwaway.
I do feel like we, especially women, but also middle class, working poor, I feel like we're disposable to the members of the newly appointed cabinet members whose objective is deconstruction of the administrative state.
A quote from the Daily Kos. A passel of grotesque Dickensian caricatures gathered in the House of Representatives to vote by a margin of 217 to 213 to let poor people die and to punish women for the blasphemy of having a vagina, effectively putting some 24 million Americans at the perpetual risk of poverty should they fall victim to accident or debilitating diseases.
One of the things that, of course, we're trying to do with the works out there is then to inspire the viewers. Have you gotten much feedback from these pieces?
I'm proud to say I have gotten a lot of positive feedback. I feel like this isn't always true for the artist experience. Not everyone understands your work immediately, but I feel like my work at this particular time really resonated with a lot of people and was very impactful. And there's nothing more rewarding for me when someone feels like it just hits them right in the gut.
I just want good time. Tortilla.